Commander Vexthala of the Corvani Dominion had made what she believed was a grave miscalculation. The sleek silver vessel hanging motionless in the void before her fleet represented humanity's first venture beyond their home system, and she had been tasked with making first contact. The orders from the High Command were clear: assess their technological capabilities, establish diplomatic relations, and under no circumstances reveal the secrets of their quantum fold drive technology. The humans had achieved faster than light. Travel through what their primitive scanners suggested was some form of crude fusion propulsion system. Laughable, really. It would have taken them decades to reach this rendezvous point at the edge of their solar system. The Corvani had been using quantum fold drives for over 3 millennia, bending space-time itself to traverse the galaxy in mere hours. "Hail them!" Vexthala commanded, her forearms adjusting various controls across her command console. "Let's see what these humans have to offer." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a bipedal figure with pale pink skin and an unruly mop of brown hair. Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Prometheus smiled broadly, her dark eyes sparkling with curiosity rather than fear. Most species trembled during first contact with the mighty Corvani fleet. These humans seemed almost excited. "Greetings, Commander," Chen said, her voice carrying through the universal translator with surprising warmth. "This is quite an honor. We've been hoping to meet our galactic neighbors for decades." Vexthala's mandibles clicked in amusement. "Indeed, Captain Chen. Your species has achieved rudimentary interstellar travel faster than our projections suggested. Most impressive for such a young civilization." "Thank you," Chen replied. "We're eager to learn from more advanced species like yours. Perhaps we could arrange for a cultural and technological exchange. My engineers would be fascinated to examine your propulsion systems." The Corvani commander's secondary heart skipped a beat. Absolutely not. The quantum fold drive was a closely guarded secret, one that had taken her species centuries to develop. "I'm afraid our technology is incompatible with human understanding. Perhaps we could discuss trade agreements instead." Chen nodded enthusiastically. "Of course, but if you don't mind, could we at least observe your ships in operation, even from a distance? My physicist, Dr. Martinez, has some fascinating theories about space-time manipulation that will not be necessary," Vexthala interrupted, sharply. "We prefer to keep our technological capabilities private during initial contact protocols." What followed was 3 hours of diplomatic dancing. Chen proposed joint research ventures, cultural exchanges, and even offered to share human music and art. All the while, Vexthala noticed something peculiar happening on her sensor displays. The human vessel had deployed what appeared to be passive scanning arrays, but they were operating on frequencies she'd never encountered before. "Commander," her science officer whispered urgently in Corvani, "they're running some kind of quantum resonance analysis on our hull plating. The pattern suggests they're mapping our—" "Impossible," Vexthala hissed back. "Maintain position and continue negotiations." But Captain Chen's next words sent ice through the Corvani commander's veins. "Commander Vexthala, thank you for this wonderful conversation," Chen said, still smiling. "Before we conclude, I wanted to share something fascinating my team discovered while we were talking." The human reached off-screen and retrieved a small device. "We noticed some interesting quantum field fluctuations around your vessels. Dr. Martinez here ran the numbers, and we think we've figured out how your faster-than-light system works." A new figure appeared beside Chen, a middle-aged human male, with graying hair and intense eyes. "The quantum signature suggests you're not actually moving through space at all," Dr. Martinez explained excitedly. "You're folding space-time itself, creating a localized distortion that allows instantaneous translation between points. Brilliant, really. We'd theorized about it, but never imagined the field generators would need to be tuned to such precise gravitational harmonics." Vexthala's forearms trembled. 3 hours. These primitives had observed their technology for 3 hours and reverse-engineered principles that had taken the Corvani centuries to discover. That's quite a theory, Doctor," Vexthala managed. Martinez grinned. Oh, it's more than a theory. We've been working on the math during our conversation. Sarah, show them the prototype. Captain Chen lifted a device no larger than a human fist. We fabricated this using our ship's manufacturing systems. It's crude compared to your technology, I'm sure, but we think we've got the basic principle down. She activated the device. Space around the human vessel shimmered, and for a brief moment the ship vanished entirely, before reappearing exactly where it had been. Microjump, Chen explained cheerfully. Only moved us about a meter, but it proves the concept works. Dr. Martinez estimates we can have a full-scale version operational within a week. Vexathala stared in stunned silence. The quantum fold drive, the pinnacle of Corvani engineering, their greatest technological achievement, had just been replicated by a species that shouldn't have even understood the basic physics involved. How? She whispered. Dr. Martinez shrugged. Humans are pretty good at pattern recognition. Plus, we've had some wild theories about space-time manipulation since Einstein. We just needed to see it in action to fill in the gaps. A week? Vexathala asked faintly. Maybe less, Chen replied. My engineers are already working on scaling up the field generators. We're thinking of mounting them on our deep space exploration vessels first, then maybe developing a commercial version for cargo transport. The Corvani commander realized she was witnessing something unprecedented in galactic history. Every other species the Dominion had encountered had required decades or centuries to adapt alien technology, if they could manage it at all. These humans had observed, analyzed, theorized, and prototyped in less time than it took most civilizations to properly greet each other. Commander Vexathala, Chen continued, we'd love to establish formal diplomatic relations with the Corvani Dominion, and if you'd like, we could share our improvements to your quantum fold design. Dr. Martinez thinks he's found a way to reduce power consumption by about 15%. Vexathala's mandibles went slack. Improvements? To technology her species had spent millennia perfecting. As she composed her report to the High Command, Vexathala realized the Corvani Dominion's position in the galaxy had fundamentally changed. They were no longer dealing with a primitive species to be guided and controlled. They were dealing with humans. And that changed everything.